All right, so yesterday had document 3, or form 3. Wrote our paycheck, our check for rent. And then, okay, so step 1, fill out the check stub, write the check, did that. Or journalize the transaction in the cash payments. I guess I'll do that. In the cash payments journal. Barely. This guy. Okay, so here's our cash payments journal in the forms booklet. So we've got okay, so it says in the instructions, journalize transaction of the cash payments journal, December 1st on the date. So December 1st. Says right here in the instructions. Pardon me? Oh, I am, thanks. The other side, thank you. All right, so December 1st. So, and it say, it says right in here, tells you to put this listed as a rent expense. So we've got our check number 902. It's on our check anyway, so we should have seen that there. It's our check number 902. Try to condense all this over so I can zoom it in a little bit better. Okay, so then it says we got the check number. Then, it says put the $1,000 in the general debit column. So general debit, $1,000. And then we've got our $1,000 that's going to go in the cash credit column. Like that. So we've got our rent expense journalized. So now we're on step 3.
What book is this?
Cut or tear out the payment identification stub on the right side of the statement. So that's going to be this part. So I'm going to poorly tear this apart, but do the best I can here.
Is this page 23?
Yeah. So the little part that I just tore off, it tells you in the instructions you're going to put it in File, tab 5. So that's your outgoing bills tab. So I'll stick that in here in our filing cabinet. And then our bill, that's going to be on step 4, place the remaining portion of the statement in file 3. Now here it says to always file the documents in front of the ones that are already in the file, which, you know, puts them in chronological order for you, makes it easier to find stuff when you go back to look at them. Because there are file 3, we already have stuff. We already have the other bill in here, so I'll put that in front. Actually, I'm going to fold that a little bit too to make it fit in there better. So we got those in there like that. Then after that's done, it tells you at the end of this one to follow the same procedure when you issue checks, when you're writing checks or issuing checks for all invoices, statements, other kind of payments that have been approved. So that takes care of Form 3. Yes. Check. It doesn't really say what to do with the check. So I tell you, just go ahead and stick that in here with the outgoing papers. Stick that in there with your check stub behind tab 5. Like that. So that way we'll keep, at least have track of our checks. So that takes care of Form 3. You should have your cash payments journal. Looks like that. So I did the first 3, or did the first 2 yesterday. Doing this third one, or starting it yesterday, finishing it up today. I think y'all should be able to get, y'all got the picture from this. Just continue on with Form 4, Form 5. Just follow the pages all the way down on the forms. You've got your step-by-step directions for forms that you haven't dealt with yet. So moving forward, once you get to spots, you still have a lot of instructions. But you see, eventually you start to run into spots where you have very little instructions. One of the things you can use the tip sheets that I gave you yesterday. Or also, you can go back to the front of the book where you went through those scenarios and read the instructions from the front of the book on the similar scenarios and follow those same steps. When you hit a lot of these spots that don't have detailed instructions for you. So you can see some of them do, a lot of them don't. So a lot of them are going to be duplicating. So I'm going to stop on 3. I've got yesterday's video already uploaded onto Power School. I'll have this one up there pretty shortly. It's obviously a short one. So yeah, just continue on with Form 4, 5, 6. Just keep on going. So They got about a half hour to go today, so you should at least be able to get 4 or 5. And you're probably at least halfway through December 2nd. You got some extra steps there, so the expectation for today is to get at least halfway through December 2nd if you don't make it completely through. And then going on the rest of the week until we get this finished, I'll assign 1 or 2 days of transactions per class period. And this goes through, should just go through the end of December. Yeah. So December 31st will be the last day. And Form 90. Then we'll have a worksheet for the end of the month. And all this good stuff for our taxes.